Hi guys, my name's Bex and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing to you my January book haul. So guys, this is that time again. It is January book haul time, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the 7 books I purchased in the month of January. 2 of these are a carryover from December or November. I remember getting them in the last Owl Crate that I got, but I don't remember hauling them. So I'm going to haul them here for you guys today. So I only have 5 other books to show you, but without further ado, let's just dive in and talk about the books that I am hauling in January. The first book that I want to talk to you about is one of the books that came in the Owl Crate, and it is Cryer's War by Nina Varela. This is going to play up with my ring light a little bit, and I'm not really sure what it's about. What this one is about, it says, impossible love between 2 girls, one human, one maid, a love that could birth a revolution. So it is set after the War of Kinds, after it ravaged the kingdom of Rabu. The Autome, designed to be the playthings of royals, took over the estates of their owners and bent the human race to their will. That sounds like some sort of AI situation. Now Ayla, a human servant rising in the ranks at the house of the sovereign, dreams of avenging the death of her family by killing the sovereign's daughter, Lady Cryer. Cryer, who was made to be beautiful, to be flawless, and to take over the work of her father. Cryer has been preparing to do just that, to inherit her father's rule over the land, but that was before she was betrothed to Skyer, who seems to have 1,000 secrets. That was before she discovered her father isn't as benevolent as she thought. That was before she met Ayla. So this is set in a fantasy world that was supposed to look at love, loss, and revenge, and what it means to be a human. So it sounds really fantastic, so I hope I really enjoy it. But yeah, a beautiful cover, which I don't think can do justice because of the ring light, but it's absolutely stunning, and it sounds like a fantasy world that I really enjoy. The next book I want to talk to you about today is Hope You Got This Message by Farinaz Rishi, and I believe this is a sci-fi novel that surrounds like the world being contacted by an alien race. And I think the way this has worked is the alien race has only given them 7 days before they like hit the kill switch and like kill the planet or something. And it follows high schoolers Jesse, who nothing has ever felt permanent for him. Not the guys he hooks up with, not the jobs. His underpaid mum works so hard to hold down. Life has dealt him one bad blow after another, so what does it matter if it all ends? But then there's Kate Collins on the other hand, desperate to use this time to find the father she's never met, the man she used to grow up hearing wild stories about, most of which she didn't believe. And then there's Adeem Khan. While coding and computer programming has always come easy for him, forgiveness doesn't. He can't seem to forgive his sister for leaving, even though it's his last chance. With only 7 days to face their truths, to right their wrongs, Jesse, Kate, and Adeem's paths collide, even as their worlds are pulled apart. So it sounds really interesting. It actually has like little kind of back and forth notes and stuff, which I find really cool. And yeah, I think this will be really interesting. I love a good sci-fi, and I think it's kind of reminding me of We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson, where it's kind of like the alien race is giving them like a very short time period. So it's kind of giving me those vibes, but we will have to see. But it sounds amazing and I can't wait to read it. The next book I hauled was The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This is the Read, Rate, Review book pick for December and January. I'll leave a link to our live show down below, which was on Jade from Jade Ray Ree's channel. And I actually also talked about this book in my wrap up for January, which I'll leave linked up above if you'd like to go check it out. But it follows a guy named Zachary Ezra Rollins, and basically it's a book inside a book. He finds a book in his university and it kind of leaves him down an adventure, but he also sees parts of his past in this book, and it goes from there. It is very hard to explain, this book. It's very hard to explain. It's one where it's really polarizing. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. I'll just read the first bit of the back for you because I feel like I'm not doing it any justice. It says, when Zachary Rollins stumbles across a strange book hidden in his university library, it leads him on a quest unlike any other. Its pages entrance him with the tales of love-lorn prisoners, lost cities, and nameless acolytes, but they also contain something impossible, a recollection from his own childhood. So it's him trying to work out what's going on, and he's kind of just along for the ride. I feel like sometimes the book's not even about Zachary. but if you read it, you'll understand more about that. But yeah, that's it. If you want more comments on that, go see my wrap-up. The next book I purchased was The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is the third book in the Folk of the Air series, and another one that I read in January. Look at me actually reading the books I buy. I know, we're all shocked. But I can't tell you what this book's about, but the first one follows a girl named Jude and her sisters. When she was young, one of the Fae came into her house and killed her parents. From there, she is taken to the Fae lands because her sister is half Fae, and she has to kind of learn how to grow up in a society that absolutely hates humans, and she is tortured and bullied and kind of seen as a joke, and she's kind of striving for power in this world, and the story goes from there. I cannot tell you too much, but it's one of my favorites if you want to hear my thoughts on this one, again in my wrap up. But I think this story is really quick read. I think the writing's beautiful, but it's also really easy to read, and the story just flies by. There's twists and turns, and the characters are flawed, like really flawed, but I absolutely adore following them, and I really liked The Queen of Nothing, which was the conclusion. The next book I purchased was one that I've been looking forward to for a really long time. It is Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book in the Dreamers duology or trilogy, I'm not really sure, which follows Ronan, who was from the Raven Boys series, which was one of my absolute favorites. Maggie Stiefvater's writing is so fantastic. I absolutely love how lyrical it is, so I definitely wanted to pick up Call Down the Hawk when it came out. So it says, "The dreamers walk among us, and so do the dreamed. Those who dream cannot stop dreaming, they can only try to control it. Those who are dreamed cannot have their own lives, they will sleep forever if their dreamers die. And then there are those who dawn the dreamers, to use them, to trap them, to kill them before their dreams destroy all. Ronan Lynch is a dreamer. He can pull both curiosities and catastrophes out of his dreams and into the compromised reality." So I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want to spoil too much because it does like sort of spoil the Raven Boys series, so you really need to read the Raven Boys before you read this, but I'm excited to read this one. It was one of my highly anticipated reads for last year, and I'm so glad I've got it, and I cannot wait to read it. The next book I'm going to talk to you about today is a graphic novel, and it is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. This is a story about Deja and Josiah, who are seasonal best friends. Every autumn, all through high school, they work together at the best pumpkin patch in the whole wide world. They say goodbye every Halloween, and they are reunited every September 1st. But this Halloween is different. Josiah and Deja are finally seniors, and this is their last season at the pumpkin patch. It's their last shift together, their last goodbye. Josiah's ready to spend the whole night feeling melancholy about it. Deja isn't ready to let him. What if, instead of moping, they went out with a bang? What if their last shift was an adventure? And this looks absolutely beautiful. The artwork looks fantastic. I think it's really detailed. It's really colourful, which I really love. And I needed a new graphic novel to fall in love with, so hopefully Pumpkinheads does that for me. Alright, and last but not least, the last book that I bought in the month of January is one that I am really excited about. It's one that I actually had to stop myself from starting immediately, and it is The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the second book in the Kingkiller Chronicles, which was recommended to me by Jade from Book Roast. I read The Name of the Wind last year and absolutely loved it, and I was really excited when this one was kind of on sale with Pumpkinheads because I picked them up together and got like $10 off, so I love that for me. If you do not know what The Name of the Wind is about, it's about a guy named Kavoth, and he is kind of telling his story to a chronicler. Actually, the back gives this one a good explanation. It says, "My name is Kavoth, you may have heard of me. The man was lost, the myth remained. Kavoth, the dragon slayer, the renowned swordsman, the most feared, famed, and notorious wizard the world had ever seen. Vanished without a warning, without a trace, and even now, when he has been found, when darkness is rising in the corners of the world, he will not return. But his story lives on, and for the first time, Kavoth is going to tell it." Oh, it's so good. I cannot wait to read this one. The Name of the Wind was one of my favourite books of 2019. I will leave my best books of 2019 up above so you can go check it out and see where it placed. Spoiler alert, it was very high, and I'm really excited to get into The Wise Man's Fear and read this one really soon and just get entranced in this beautiful slow burn story about magic and a wizard, and it's just, he's a badass and I love it. And that is it for me today, guys. That is my January book haul, and I hope you enjoyed. I've got some fantastic books. I've already read 2 out of the 7 I showed you, and I cannot wait to keep going and reading more and more. But that is it for me today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more and haven't already, and chat to me down in the comments. Let me know what you purchased in the month of January. I would love to hear and chat about it down below, or if I've purchased any books that you loved, also let me know and let's talk about it. But that is it for me today, guys. I make videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you in a new one. Bye!